Good evening, my name is Kacper Paradowski and you're watching Poland Daily News. The coalition deal between Law and Justice, United Poland and Agreement parties has been finalized. The signing of the agreement by Jarosław Kaczyński, Zbigniew Ziobro and Jarosław Gowin was confirmed by the spokesperson of the Law and Justice Party, Anita Czerwińska. The Central Anti-Corruption Bureau is conducting an investigation after a criminal complaint against the Marshal of the Senate, Tomasz Grodzki, was filed by the councillor of the Law and Justice Party, Karol Guzikiewicz. Grodzki strongly denied all the accusations and announced that he will go to court.
The councillor of the Law and Justice Party in the Pomeranian Regional Council, Karol Guzikiewicz, filed a criminal complaint against the Marshal of the Senate, Tomasz Grodzki, to the Gdańsk Central Anti-Corruption Bureau. This was a reaction to the mail that he received from the Szczecin inhabitant who claims that Tomasz Grodzki took a bribe for an operation. Guzikiewicz said that the mail can be fake. The Central Anti-Corruption Bureau is conducting an investigation on the matter.
The Central Anti-Corruption Bureau is conducting an investigation in order to check whether the mail is fake or not. This is all I can say about this case. We received a notification yesterday and today the officers took proper actions.
Tomasz Grodzki referred to the case himself.
My conscience is clean. I don't have time for any kind of slander. I'm trying to focus on my job in the Senate and that is what I'm doing.
Some opposition politicians say that the case is a political game.
Since Mr. Grodzki became the Marshal of the Senate, every politician of the Law and Justice is trying to bring back all the affairs, including the made-up ones. The case needs an explanation and that is what the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau is trying to do. There is no controversy here.
The investigation conducted by the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau is going to last a few weeks.
The Polish government spokesman has announced that Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki became familiar with the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau report on the investigation of the President of the Supreme Audit Office, Marian Banaś. The opposition demands that the report be made public. The Central Anti-Corruption Bureau was probing the financial statement filed by the President of the Supreme Audit Office.
Minister
Banaś mocked the Polish parliament when he made an effort to present his own version of his own responsibility and accountability. This is in direct relation to the investigations of the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau and other special services, which were to probe if the President of the Supreme Audit Office, Marian Banaś, is fit to continue to hold his office. Until now, the public opinion is kept in the dark as far as the result of those investigations. We do not know if he is fit to be in such position and that his past does not influence his decisions.
I jego przeszłość nie wpływa na podejmowane decyzje.
I am not the spokesman of President Banaś, nor am I the Supreme Audit Office spokesman. I think that after the results of various investigations will be available to the public, he himself will make his summarized statement.
Yesterday, Marian Banaś took part in a session of the State Control Committee of the lower house of parliament, which was to vote on recommendations to the VP positions of the Supreme Audit Office. During the session, the president of the office, Marian Banaś, was subjected to many questions in regards to his financial deals with the property in Krakow. He did not answer any questions and used the session to read his statement claiming that he has been subjected to libelous attacks by the media.
Parliamentary elections in the United Kingdom are to take place on December 12th. The polls indicate that the Conservative Party, led by Boris Johnson, are favourites to win. However, according to political analysts, the Tories cannot be certain of getting the majority, which would allow them to put a definite end to the issue of Brexit. The polls indicate that the ruling Conservative Party, led by Boris Johnson, may win the majority, claiming 359 seats out of the 650 available in the House of Commons.
At the moment, the Conservatives have to be regarded around 66% chance of winning, clearly the favourites. But they're still not so far ahead, given what they will need to get an overall majority, that we can rule out the possibility that there might just be a hung parliament in which they don't have a majority. And that still might be around in 1 in 3 chance. But there is no doubt that the Conservatives are favourites to win this election. They've been ahead in this election throughout.
According to the polls, the Labour Party would come in second place with 211 seats in the parliament. The last place on the podium is up for grabs for the Scottish National Party with 43 mandates.
In 2017, voters had kind of thought that Jeremy Corbyn wasn't very good, then discovered that perhaps he wasn't so bad. So he had this remarkable transformation in his ratings. But all of that's gone.
Political analysts say that the trends found in the polls are not a certain indication of what is to come in the realm of British politics.
And this election is essentially a binary election in which either Boris Johnson gets an overall majority, in which case he will have the votes in the House of Commons to be able to deliver Brexit, for us to leave the European Union at the end of January next year, and for us to then negotiate a new future trade relationship with the European Union, or we end up with a hung parliament.
The uncertainty is mainly concerning Scotland. The leader of the Scottish National Party, Nicola Sturgeon, wants her country to be independent and to remain in the European Union. Sturgeon has been critical of Boris Johnson.
The reality of Westminster control over Scotland is this. A right-wing Tory government Scotland did not vote for. A Prime Minister in Boris Johnson who is dangerous and unfit for office.
The matter that has been dominating the election campaign in recent days was the issue of healthcare. The leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, provided documents according to which the Boris Johnson administration allegedly negotiated secret deals with American companies to take over a share of the NHS.
Perhaps he'd like to explain why these documents confirm the US is demanding the NHS is on the table in the trade talks. These uncensored documents leave Boris Johnson's denials in absolute tatters. Voters need to ask themselves some very serious questions. Is the NHS safe in Boris Johnson's hands? We've now got evidence that under Boris Johnson, the NHS is on the table and will be up for sale.
This is a complete diversion, that the NHS under no circumstances will be on the table for negotiation, for sale. Look at what we're doing with the NHS. We're funding it massively. And the reason we can fund it massively is because we believe, as One Nation Conservatives, this is a new government with a new approach.
The elections in the United Kingdom will take place on December 12th. That is all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for Poland Daily Business. Good night.